another smart doll video, another smart doll unboxing video, and this is like one of my favorite videos to film, and these normally do really good on my channel, so I love making these so much, but this is a little bit different. I mean, I would come back to this video being like, I did it again, y'all, but no, this is a doll that I actually got on a well, not technically a pre-order, but I got this doll from Fabric Friends and Dolls. I actually made a video about this doll a few months ago, this video here, and he's finally here. This box here contains Smart Doll, Never Gonna Give You Up. Also known as the Rick Ashley type boy on this channel, because when I was filming one of my first videos about him, I couldn't think of the name of that Rick Ashley song, so he became the Rick Ashley type boy on this channel. And here we have Jeff with us, and if you're not familiar, Jeff is Myra's boyfriend and one of the main characters in my story I have with my smart dolls. And this guy here is very important to his character because this is Jeff's very best friend, and this guy is a lot of fun. He's a lot of fun to write out his character. Gavin is, but Jeff is too. Gavin is the doll that's in this box, who I'm gonna like turn him into my character. Gavin is a really funny guy, and him and Jeff are a little bit of unlikely friends, but it's so much fun to write them together, so I can't wait to get them out of this box so we can actually play around with that. Now I just need to find a good place to film, maybe right here, but I gotta like set up my tripod and stuff, and I want to like actually film myself unboxing him because I think that's more fun when you can like see the emotions of the collector when they are unboxing the doll. Definitely Jeff's gonna sit with me and I'm gonna talk about his character and stuff while I'm doing that. Love this fall scene, by the way, y'all. Just a side note, but more fall content is coming soon, because we're like ending out summer now, which is sad and everything, but I gotta stop getting distracted. I gotta film the video I'm filming now, not talk about ones in the future. Let's get this tripod set up. So I think this is okay, like what you see and everything, but my phone's kind of crooked. I think we're good now. Okay, so I found a good like area to film, and I actually turned on a lamp. I really hope that doesn't make the lighting too weird. And I'm working on like opening up the box because it has like my address on it, so I want to like not show that. And I think I just realized there's a box inside of this box. So let me like cut this open and see. That would be really cool because I don't have to worry about like tearing off half the box to hide my like address and stuff. But that would be really cool. Yes, y'all, he is in a box inside of a box. So let me get this box out of the box. Here we have the Smart Doll box that was in the Fabric and Friends box. And now I'm going to remove the Fabric and Friends box so we can focus on the Smart Doll box. I said box a lot of times in that sentence. It's kind of weird. Let me... Alright, so now that we got that box out of the way, we can work on our Smart Doll Boy box. And I love these boxes too. Like if you ever have to like send a smart doll anywhere or just send anything anywhere or even anything just to store in, these boxes are amazing and they're very stylish as well. Love these so very much. And they're so pretty because I love the design we have on them so much. Alright, so I guess I'm going to hold the box like this on my knees while I open it because I don't really have like a good desk or something. Well, I do have a desk, but it's not the best desk in the world, and I want to be careful when no, I'm not just trying to be careful, but what I'm saying is that like when I do my desk, it makes the angle I have to film it at way harder, so it's easier to do videos like this on the floor. I'm cutting at a weird angle too. I'm cutting safely, but this might take a while, so, but hey, that doesn't matter. Alright, so Gavin here is, okay, so ever since I got my, like, really started planning out this storyline, and this is actually one of the first stories I ever came up with, so these characters have been floating around in my head for a long time, and I have written some stories out about them. I'm actually going to link my Wattpad account in the description of this video where you can go and read some of my stories. I don't have any stories about this character up yet other than just his bio card, which is in the first chapter of my Wattpad book, so you can check that out, but I definitely plan to post on Wattpad a lot more because I honestly love writing almost as much as I love dolls, and that's saying a lot because, as y'all know, I really like dolls, but I'm very happy to do that. And two, these are my doll characters, my smart, like, they're smart dolls by Danny Cho, but I made up these characters and I like let my characters be in these dolls. So if you're like my smart doll stuff, you might like my stories too, and I would really, really appreciate it if you check them out. Alright, so here we have Gavin, and somehow I like scratched up his little bag a little bit when I was like cutting him open, which is a little weird. Cutting his box open, not the doll open. Alright, so here we have him. Be seen with smart doll is what that says, but it's probably hard to read since it's mirrored. Alright, and I believe that his bag isn't going to have anything in it because I didn't order any accessories for him, and two, if I probably should have explained it a little bit better, but if you're not familiar with Fabric Friends and Dolls, so Fabric Friends and Dolls is a really, really cool doll shop we have in the US, and for most of their stuff, I believe you can do like layaways on it, so that means if you want to get a doll, especially a really expensive doll, like many like collectible dolls are very expensive, you can do a layaway. Like Iris, the woman who runs this, super, super cool. Not to be confused with my character Iris, but a different Iris. She let me do a layaway on this, and I did a layaway for 7 months, which was the only way I could afford one of the Smart Doll Boys when they first came out. And I did have to pay more for this because Danny Cho did drop the prices of the Smart Doll Boys, but I honestly, at the time, we were a little bit worried the community was that Smart Doll Boys would be canceled. Like, just like put in the chaos outlet and not like a really big deal like they are, because they've done so good and that makes me so happy. So I just really wanted to make sure that I could get one in the first place because, as you know, I had 2 Smart Doll Boys I got in 2021, and I was super, super lucky for that. I love Smart Doll Boys almost as much as I like the girls, so like knowing me, honestly, because the Smart Doll Boys are more expensive than the girls, and I'm going to go and tell you, this Smart Doll Boy cost a lot more than the last 2 you saw, and even more than these guys I got, because I got 2 boys when they first came out, and honestly, I was like, it didn't even really bother me that much, because I know how amazing these are, and at the time, how hard it was to come by Smart Doll Boys, so, like, and that's something that some people don't understand, is sort of like, well, you can get so many, like, you know what I mean, like, well, that's expensive for dolls or whatever, and it's like, but for a lot of other collectible dolls, they're just as expensive, and these are the best dolls in the world to me. Maybe not to you, and that's fine, but to me, I absolutely love Smart Dolls, and especially the boys, so to me, the price was completely justified, and I'm very glad I got him, and we finally can do his very long-awaited unboxing after I rambled. But that's what you're here for. That's why you watch me, because I'm really dorky and ramble a lot. Alright, so we have his box here, and this is just going to have his care card and his stand. Some of the earlier boys did come with hands if you got them from Danny, and unfortunately mine did not. That would have been cool because I don't have any boy hands. I might have to look into that next time I order, but we have his wig, which is the like blue gray colored wig. It's called Blue Metal, and for this character here, Gavin, he has blonde hair, but this isn't a blonde wig, this is a blue wig. And I did order a wig from him, coming from China. And after I ordered this wig, like, I knew I would most likely be tariffed. I haven't gotten tariffed yet, but as soon as I do for anything I order, I'm going to let y'all know about it because I think that's very important. But I was like, okay, well, this wig is only like so much money, so it couldn't be that much of a tariff. But then I got to thinking about it. I know for a while, like, the tariffs from China are more expensive than tariffs from a lot of other countries. So I was like, and then I was thinking about it, and I was like, well, it could get held up in the mail. I know that they're talking about that, like, the USP, don't quote me on this, I may be wrong, but I saw something somewhere about the USPS having tariffs being more expensive, so like it would be like a flat rate, and sometimes that could be more expensive if you just ordered without it having that flat rate. So I really, really hope I don't get charged something insane for that one wig. I really hope, but I mean, I'm going to look at it on the positive side and say I can at least warn other people not to do that. So I'm going to let y'all know as soon as that comes. But in the meantime, he will have this wig, which is a blue color. And I was trying to figure out, like, so why would this character have blue hair? And I actually posted on my story, I was like, hey y'all, can you help me figure out why this character has blue hair? And someone suggested something really good, which was maybe it was a dare, or maybe it was like a charity thing. So I came up with this great idea. So maybe what he does is, so I have 2 ideas. It could be like a dare or charity thing, but I thought about something that's really good with Gavin's character. So he goes to like an anime convention or something, and he wants to dye his hair blue for the character he's playing. And he thinks it's like temporary hair dye, but it's actually quite permanent. So then he's stuck with blue hair for a while, and I think that's funny, but I also really like the ideas you had too. It wasn't until today that I changed it, but I did want to show those, share those on here. But here is his wig. Then we also have his clickety-clack stand, which you can never have enough of if you like to do like giant smart doll collection group shots like I do. I don't do them enough, but I love doing them, and I definitely plan to do one for Christmas and New Year's, so watch out for that. And then, of course, we have our care card like we always do, telling us how to take care of our smart dolls, and most importantly, not to pinch our fingers in their joints, and don't feed them after midnight, because then they multiply, like mine did, although I actually never fed them after midnight. Alright, so without any further ado, let's get into Never Gonna Give You Up. I keep getting confused because all the boy dolls have had like 80 songs names that came out so far except Adam, and I do want Adam, but they just all kind of like run in my head for me, so I might call him like any name sometime in this video, just any 80s song or even 90s song. So if I'm just calling him something wrong, you'll have to know I'm talking about this guy, and I'm probably going to refer to him as Gavin from this point out because that's who he'll be in this collection. Alright, so here he comes. Alright, y'all got to see him before I did, so let me turn him around. Hi, buddy! I say that like he's an animal or something. Look how handsome he is. Look at his blue eyes. Look at him. Alright, you're so very, very handsome doll. Alright, so Gavin in my story, he and Jeff become best friends when they're like 15 or something, but this doll, in my opinion, looks more like a 17-year-old, like an older teen. So, but like, of course, my story pretty much takes, like, Gavin and Jeff's story starts when they're like 15, but it goes for like years and years. So he's just gonna look a little bit older, but knowing my photo stories and stuff, sometimes he's like younger, although he doesn't quite look that young. But he's very handsome. His eyebrows in some pictures I've seen have looked black, but like really looking at them in the light and stuff, they actually look gray, which is cool. And I guess that's good for the wig he comes with. Alright, so let's hear the clicks. So I do know that Danny Cho's been talking about on Twitter that he's not going to be doing the soft vinyl much longer. And I honestly am okay with that. I prefer the harder vinyl, but I do love the huggy and squishiness of the soft vinyl, and I think that's very cool that we got boys like that for a while, and it's also so cool how amazing, like how many boy dolls have sold, and I think that just really goes to show how much we as a community love the smart doll boys because they are so, so very awesome. So here he is. Like I said, I've been waiting for him for 7 months, so I'm very, very happy that I can finally see him and everything and have him in my collection. So they are too, a little bit smaller, like shorter than the other Smart Doll boys, the first ones released, and it's just because Danny used the same frame that he does for the girls in these dolls, which makes them a little bit shorter because the old boy frames had lots of issues like shoulders that would not stay in, and after lots of practice, it doesn't like bother me super, super bad anymore, but especially if your boy doll has not the best shoulders like one of mine did, it makes it more difficult. And I actually sold that doll to a friend of mine, and she fixed him up, but still. Alright, so now I'm going to take off his head so we can put his wig on. So yeah, I'm gonna like lay his body on the ground, and we're gonna do a little close-up of his head. Very cute. Like, I've seen a lot of this doll online, and when I got this doll, me and my friend Ambrosia Cynthia from Ambrosia's Dollhouse, she actually got the same doll at the same time, and she got hers a little before me, and her doll is named, I don't want to get it wrong, but it's not Chase, but it's something like Chase. I'm pretty sure I already like said his name wrong in one of my other videos, but it's super cool that we got them at the same time, and I love the story she has for her doll Chase so much. He's a farmer who's studying in America, which is so cool. He's at agricultural school, so, you know, as a farm girl, that's like super cool to me. Alright, I'm like struggling to get this wig out, y'all. Alright, there we go. Alright, so this wig, it's an interesting color. So it's like blue. It's mostly blue, but you can also see like gray bits in it too. It's like darker blue and lighter blue. I think we have 3 different shades of blue, which is really cool. It also looks like it looks gray from far away, but like really when you get it up close, it's blue. So I really like that. I don't have like, of course I don't have anything against like characters with colored hair and stuff. And Lily actually wears a pink wig for a little bit in one of her stories. It's like I've talked about it later. You can go find like pictures of Lily in a pink wig for a little bit. And I do like the blue for Gavin a little bit, and that totally fits his character. But most of my smart dolls, like, you know what I mean? They just have like regular colored hair. And like to a character like Gavin, who's had blonde hair since I came up with him back in like 2021, I'm not gonna change his color just because of a wig or something, you know. Even if I have to pay a tariff, I would rather get the colored wig I want and wait a while for it. I also really hope that wig can actually get in the US. I don't know if packages, I don't know, I haven't kept up as much as I used to with that, but if not, I'll wait it out. But I really hope I can get his wig soon. Alright, so an issue with these smart dolls, all of them, is it can be hard to get their wigs on for the first time, and I don't necessarily think it's any harder for the boys than it is for the girls, but it still is difficult. So I actually got it on pretty easy. But here he is. You can see him with his blue hair there. Definitely unique looking, because this is my first ever boy doll with a fantasy hair color, and I like it. It would be cool too to maybe let like Jordan have this blue hair and do a photo shoot of him and Lily with the pink hair. It has a very like pretty shoujo vibe, and also would be cool for like Halloween or something. But I think the blue hair works really good for cosplay and stuff, because Gavin really loves anime and conventions, and one of his stories actually has to do with where him and his 3 best friends go to a convention. So that totally works, and I might just have to work in my story that he does dye his hair blue for that. So here he is. So very handsome. So I'm very happy with him, and I think it's time we get him in an outfit, I would say, but I don't have any outfits specifically for his character, because I just got back from Modern Doll, and I'm really trying to focus on like enjoying and bonding with the dolls I got there, my other smart dolls, including Jazzy, who I literally just like unboxed a few weeks ago, and now it's time to get him. But I spent, like I said, I bought that wig, and I don't really want to buy a lot more at the time, like now, until I get a paycheck, just in case I have an expensive tariff. But once I get my paycheck, I'm definitely going to go out and get him an outfit of his own, and Jazzy an outfit for her that, like, fits their characters and everything. So for him, his style is a little bit different than most of my boys. So most of my boys, and this is like kind of on purpose and kind of not, have kind of like a country style. So Brayden definitely has like a country, like classic style. He's also likes to dress professionally too. And then Jeff here, he dresses like country and also casual. And then Jordan does a lot of like more like student-y, like sweater vest type outfits. And then too, he also dresses country sometimes when he's out in the country with Lily. But Gavin here is, I guess the way of calling it is street style. Like he kind of has that fashion aesthetic. Thank you, Bailey, for telling me what that's called, because I couldn't think of it when I was posting one time, and you were like, street style is what you're looking for, and I was like, thank you, girl. But he has that look, and he dresses like a lot of different ways. And something about his character that's really funny is Gavin is like, I'm gonna tell you, he's a dork like me and most of my characters, but Gavin thinks he's so cool, and he tries to be like a bad boy and like really like cheeky and goofy, and he could be kind of like edgy with his humor at times. But in reality, like, he thinks he's a super cool bad boy, but in reality, he's just a dork who's trying a little too hard. But I think that makes him a lot of fun, and too, it makes it really unique for him and Jeff, because Jeff is very like, I don't know how to exactly put it like the best way, but Jeff's a lot more like, he's just like a country kid, grew up on his dad's ranch and all of that, and he's like, I don't know how to put it, but like, in some ways he can be babyish, I guess you could say. He's like a little bit behind some of his peers in some ways, so it's like, them having this dynamic is hilarious, like their friendship dynamic is, and I think it's funny. I'm gonna have lots of stories where Gavin's like tutoring Jeff and how to be like cool and stuff, but newsflash, Gavin isn't cool either. Like, he's just gonna hurt Jeff's chances. No, he's not. They actually just like learn together and stuff, but I love their friendship, and I've had these characters in my head since 2021 when I was in my senior year, because I actually remember thinking about their characters and I was like at school and stuff, and I finally have them as smart dolls, and I have lots and lots of photo story ideas for them. Let's see what we can find for him to wear in my Smart Doll Boy clothing drawer. So I do have this shirt here that I made with fish on it, which is cool, but this is country style, and Gavin doesn't exactly like have that aesthetic going on quite yet. Honestly, a lot of this is going to be country styled. This is like Jordan's go-to shirt. He's wearing this all the time, but this might be what we have to put him in. We've got some baggy jeans, which I think will be cool. Wait, I know. This is what we're going to put him in. This little, like, hoodie. It's not the best for summer, but I think we're going to make it work with the baggy pants. These are actually not the baggy pants I thought they were, but I think I know where those are. Here is our outfit we're going to be going with. I could not find those jeans that I was talking about, but I think this will work pretty good too. Dress up time, and I did have to move my tripod a little bit when I got up, so I hope this is okay. I know you can kind of see the lamp, but I'm trying to keep the good lighting too, because the sun's already down when I'm filming this video, and my room, the lights, like I have lighting, but for some reason this area of my room does not get the best lighting, so if I'm filming like this, mirrored, and I can't use flash, I have to have some kind of light if you want to see me. I just knocked a doll down behind me on the shelf. I'll get her up after I'm finished filming. That's one bad issue though about filming by your shelves, is you'll accidentally knock dolls down in the process. Okay, stand. Oh no. Because I got them like propped up between my knees. Okay, so this is actually not a Smart Doll hoodie. This is actually a hoodie I got from Volks when I ordered online, which is the company that makes Dolphy Dreams and Super Dolphy dolls. And it's just like, it's that size that's a little bit bigger than Smart Dolls, but I thought it would work as an oversized hoodie, and it totally does. And it's perfect for Gavin. So that does look very cute too. That could almost work as like a like robe or something. I don't really know. So I'm gonna put him on the ground when I put his jeans on, just because it's a lot easier and I can talk and entertain y'all, so you don't have to see me dressing him the whole time. I want to do more like dressing my Smart Doll videos for different seasons. I really love a channel I really like. They don't post many videos anymore, but it's called Beth and Hope and Wonderland or something, I think. And they did a lot of like dressing my Smart Dolls for like blank season. And those are so much fun. Like those are some of the videos that actually got me really into Smart Doll in the first place. So I would like to try to make those, but to make videos where you actually like film yourself dressing a lot of dolls at once, number one, you gotta speed it up, because crazy to think, but one of the things I thought that was so cool about their channel when I first started watching them is I was like, oh my goodness, they have so many Smart Dolls. I'll never have that many. But now I think I almost have as many as they do. At least like one of them. It's two sisters who collect together, but I probably shouldn't squeeze his neck like that. A bad thing with these Smart Doll boys with squishy bodies is it can be hard to get their clothes on them because it sticks to the body. Let me just finish fixing up his pants. But that's, I mean, it's okay and all. And I think I just put these on backwards. I'm going to try to make it work though, because, I mean, it wouldn't take but a minute, but I don't think it would look that much different. But anyway, when you have a lot of Smart Dolls and you're trying to film a like dress up video, you gotta have a really good angle. So, you know, you gotta have a good angle to film, and two, that's going to be a lot better for viewers watching it. But it can be hard to like get your tripod in the right angle and stuff. And I would want to do one where I dressed all 20 of my Smart Dolls, which is insane. Who knows, by that point, it's going to be, I'd probably do my first one for Christmas, honestly, if I was going to do it. And by that point, who knows, that's like several months later, I may have another Smart Doll. I want to get another coffee girl, and I would also love to get 2 or 3 more boys, because Smart Doll boys, I'm obsessed with them, as you know. And they're really good prices right now, and they're a lot more readily available than they've been for a very long time. So while I can, I would love to get more of them. Well, that doesn't have to be now. Alright, so we have his little hoodie on, and he looks so cute. This is totally Gavin fashion. This does zip up a little weird, like you can see by the neck and stuff, but I do think it's super, super cool. Very nice little outfit. And I do think it gives like street wear vibe. I know I'm so country. I'm like, this gives city wear vibe. It gives that streetwear aesthetic he likes, and he would probably have like a little something else too to dress it up, because he is into fashion a good bit, and he actually probably has the best like fashion sense of any of my boy dolls. But I think this is cool, so I really like this little outfit we have going on for him. So what should we do now? Maybe I can let like Jeff and Gavin meet. I think that would be fun. Where should their first like photo story be? Because I don't have a room that's like one of their rooms in my diorama, and I don't really think they're gonna be hanging out in Lily's room or Chloe's room, so I'm guessing we're gonna have to go with the room on the top, which I can figure out something with that for. They've officially shaken hands. They've become best friends, and together they will rule Redwick together as the dorky best friends who are unlikely friends. But they're really cool friends and very fun to write about. Having so much fun with my new smart doll boy. I absolutely love Gavin, and I'm already having a lot of fun with him. I can't wait to get this video up, and I already have some more content ideas with him and stuff. I actually prepared a little room for Jeff for that photo story, and it was a lot of fun. I saw that with my diorama, I can actually use a lot of the rooms, like, well, this room here, to create a lot of different rooms for different characters, which is super, super cool. So I'm probably after this going to film a whole like Jeff's room tour, and I'm gonna like add a few more things to it and stuff. But I had an absolute blast with this boy. I'm excited to get his blonde wig so that way he can look more like his real character. But you know, why he's got blue hair now is just when he went to an anime convention, he accidentally, poor boy accidentally got permanent hair dye instead of the washout kind, so now he's kind of stuck with blue hair for a bit, but it's okay. But right now they're just watching a movie and having a very fun time at their at Jeff's first ever sleepover, and he's having a great time. So thank you all so very much for watching this video. I'll have more videos coming soon. I make all kinds of smart doll videos on my channel, especially smart doll videos. So if you like that, I would really appreciate it if you would give me a subscribe, because we have a lot of fun here. So thank you all so very much for watching this, and I hope you have a blessed doll-filled day. Don't show the end card. I still got a little more to film. Look what came in the mail a little early. Gavin's wig. And look how cute this is right here. Let me flip it up. How very sweet. Should I get my tripod and try to film an unboxing in here? Let's get this wig unboxed. Okay, so let's see if I can figure out how to unbox one of these. So I have ordered from this seller before. I think I got Jordan and Jeff's wigs from her way back in the day, but it was on another SD account because I use my own now, but I used to order stuff off my mom's. But I had to like find the shop again and stuff, but I'm very glad I did. They sell wigs. I think they come in 1/4 and 1/3, possibly 1/6 too, or the 1/6 that works, sorry, not 1/6, the 1/3 that works for like super doll fees. So I love that they have so many different sizes and stuff. And I always love too when people have lots of short hair options for girl dolls with short hair or boy dolls, because a lot of doll wigs seem to have very long hair, which is cool. I do love my dolls with long hair, but sometimes you have a character who needs short hair, so it's good to have options for them as well. Here's their business card here. Focus, focus, focus. There we go. I love the like very sweet thank yous and stuff. All right, so let's get the actual wig unboxed. Come on, my camera's like trying to focus on the dolls and not the wig, and I'm like, I know normally I have you focusing on dolls, but today we're focusing on this wig, so I guess it's a little bit against what I normally do. This wig does look a little small, so I hope they sent me the right size. Yeah, it says 8 to 9 inches there, and that's perfect for smart dolls, so we should be good. I like the color because I'm going for a color that's blonde, but not like platinum blonde. But I also didn't want it to be the same color as Jeff's, so I think we're good. Hang on, how do I like actually get this wig out? There we go. There we go. And it's very like a very cool, like realistic texture too. I really like that texture. All right, and then here's the inside of the wig. Right there, it says 8, 9, and what's... Ew, what was that little yellow thing? Oh, see, I think it was just a rubber band that was used to, yeah, hold the, like, wig in place or something. I was like, what the heck is that? But I think this is cute, and I'm excited to actually get it on my boy. I'm gonna have to reach over my tripod to grab him. So I'm gonna try to put this on him on the video, but it's going to be difficult because my tripod's already at like a weird angle and I can hardly, like, I got to reach to get to him. Come on. I'm going to try. I'm going to try, y'all. I'm going to try. All right. So I'll take his blue wig off. I guess maybe he decided that he could just dye his hair back blonde before the hair dye went out, because I really didn't expect to get this wig until like the end of the month, and it's like the middle of the month now, so doing pretty good. All right, that looks good, but like I have the hair at a weird angle, so maybe something like this or like that. I'll have to look at the pictures on the shop to see how exactly it's supposed to look, but I do really like the way this is looking. I want him to have like a little bit of a different hairstyle, because so far Jeff and Jordan have kind of like, it's not like a bowl cut, but it's not the most like, I don't know how to put it, but like it's not the coolest haircut in the world, but this I think is very cool and seems pretty realistic for a teenage boy or a young adult, and this too really fits Gavin's character. So I'm going to see if I can maybe make this at a slightly different angle, and I'll get back with y'all then. Alright, so I think this is what we're going with. It does look a little bit different than in the picture, and the way it's supposed to be like it is in the listing picture, it's more like this. And I do think that's very cute, and it honestly looks really good, but I think I prefer it like a little bit to the side. I think it looks very cool because it looks like he kind of has his hair like pushed over a little bit, but it still looks, in my opinion, very realistic and like something he could do when he's just like getting ready in the morning without like getting all fixed up. And I also like the way it lays in the back. So I think he's going to be wearing his hair like this. Yay! You're complete, buddy. You're just the way I imagined you. I absolutely love this look on him, and it definitely looks like Gavin, but the blue hair still did fit his character pretty good too, which is funny that he was the one who got that blue wig, but I absolutely love the way he turned out. I love this wig. Shout out to the seller I got it from on Etsy. Now they can continue the rest of their sleepover or hanging out session, whatever they're doing now, with Gavin having his realistic hair, which suits his character better. I found this little controller I actually got when I went shopping with my friend Kathleen like 2 years ago that I gave him. Gavin definitely loves video games, and it's funny because when I was like, me and her for her birthday, we did this like whole thing where we went to the Goodwill bins and stuff, and then we went to like a flea market on the way home. We didn't have as good a luck as we hoped at the Goodwill bins, so it was still a very good trip. And they had like these little toy like, because I think this is like an eraser slash like keychain, and they had a bunch of different ones. And I remember I saw it and I was like, that would be perfect for smart dolls. And you know, this was like in 2022 or 3, and of course I already had Gavin's character planned out by then, but I knew it would be quite a while before I could ever get him in like smart doll form. So I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and get this because I know at some point I will have Gavin and he will love this, and that day has finally come. So I'm glad I like still kept that and was able to find it and everything. I sat Jeff's little puppy on the bed with them too, and they have their laptop on the floor so they can maybe just talk and hang out, or maybe transition into playing video games instead. But this was so much fun, like getting his wig, and I'm absolutely obsessed with Gavin. I know this video is probably going to be like 40 minutes long or something, so if you're still here, thank you so much. You are a really awesome, cool fan. Just drop me a comment and let me know if you're still here at this point. But thank you so very much for watching this video. I love these boys. Thank you again, Danny Cho, for continuing to make these boys that are so awesome. So much of your fandom loves them, as well as all your dolls. So thank you so much for watching this, everyone, and I hope you have a blessed doll-filled day. Man, what do you want to play? Farming Simulator! I should have saw that one coming.